Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
Progress is a process, and over a short time here at Michigan State, freshman Cam Ward has really taken pride in the progression of his game. Ward recently sat down with our Desharian McBroom to talk more about how he has adjusted to life in East Lansing, as well as the Michigan State basketball program.
I would say I fell in love with the game around maybe like 7th grade, I would say. Kind of just playing in like the May hoop circuit and just like really starting to play AAU basketball. I think that's when I started really falling in love with the game.
I see you were coached by your dad, coached by your mom at times too. How was that? Because I feel like when you got your parents as coaches, they always put a little bit more pressure on you, or they expect more out of you.
When I was younger, didn't really understand like why they were so hard on me, why I kind of caught most of the blame and not everybody else. But once I got older and got into like high school, things like that, I understood that it wasn't just all negative.
And while Cam Ward would go on to become the all-time points leader in the state of Maryland for high school public schools, it wasn't always a foregone conclusion for him that he would play at the highest level of collegiate athletics.
I was nervous. I wasn't going to play at the highest level around 9th and 10th grade. Everyone was getting offers, and I kind of was just starting to get mid-majors, low majors, so I started getting worried, but then started playing EYBL and things of that nature, and then my recruitment started to blow up over that summer, and then that's when I really started realizing that, I'm going Power 5.
I talked to one of your now teammates a couple weeks ago, Jordan Scott. I know you guys played each other in high school, and he joked with me. He said, Cam always likes to bring it up that he beat me.
Talks about it all the time. Always brings it up all the time. But yeah, it was fun just playing against them, especially growing up too. But more recently, obviously in high school, when they got the win by 1. Don't like to talk about it, but he likes to talk about it all the time.
Is that something you like bringing up?
Of course. I beat him in high school. That's all that matters on national TV. So yeah.
What was that moment like, playing against each other, but also knowing that you guys were going to be teammates? So what you were seeing out there on the court was going to be your teammates soon.
And when we took our visit together, 1, and then 2, after the visit, I kind of was telling him, hey, if you commit, I'm going to come with you. But I wasn't going to be the first one to commit because I didn't know, if I commit, is he going to go somewhere else? But once I seen him commit, I was all happy and all smiles.
What was the biggest, reason, or some of the other reasons on why you chose to come play for Coach Izzo and, join Spartan Nation?
I chose that just because of the culture, the energy, and just the commitment to developing his players. Kind of just looking at Jackson, Coop in my position. They've been here 4 years. They never transferred. They never thought about just leaving because he maybe not have gotten the role that they wanted early, type of thing. I think I'm blessed to the fact that I came in when I came in, and then now kind of just being a backup to Jackson, Coop, and just playing more minutes now that the season is progressing. And
of course, a lot of Spartan faithfuls knew who you were, but your breakout game, I remember talking to you, was against 14th ranked Arkansas here at the Breslin Center. What do you remember about that game, and what type of memories does that bring back to you?
That game was special just because of kind of the game I had, but also it was our first ranked game in the Breslin in a while. Well, not in a while, but as far as out of conference game, that was a big game. I'm just glad that I had that game. I feel like it started a good momentum trend for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Had a couple months where I was injured, not really at 100%, but now I feel like the past maybe 3 or 4 games, I've been starting to kind of get back into my swing of things and natural kind of habits on the court. So I'm just glad that it's happening at the right time.
Izzo, one of the most respected coaches, in the nation. Not everybody's built for this. With that being said, what is it like to play for Coach Izzo for somebody who doesn't know what it's like?
He's everything that they say he is. To his players, it's a love-hate relationship sometimes, but it's only just because he wants the best for you. And he's telling me what I need to hear, then obviously he sees something in me that I can get to another level type thing. So, but I think playing for him is probably the best decision I've made as far as college-wise, especially just because the game now, you see people just getting recruited over, trying to go get guys from the G League and things like that. I don't have to worry about him trying to go get somebody over top of me rather than him developing me into the player that he wants me to be.
I talked to Izzo before, and he was saying that, he loves the way kind of Coop and Jax have kind of wrapped their arms around you and try to lead you in the right direction. What do you feel like you really learned from, especially those two players who you said really came through the program, learned, developed, and they are who they are to this program now?
Just learning that it is a process, learning that these things aren't going to happen easy. I think Coop could probably give me the best example, like just seeing like how he navigated his freshman year, just trying to be at peace, trying to make sure that he's keeping up with everybody. And then Jax, as far as like a basketball standpoint, he's probably the most skilled guy we have, honestly. Like he does things that you probably wouldn't see out of a 6'9", 6'10" big man that he can do on the floor. So I think they both have their own individual pieces that I try to like take from them.
Carson Cooper and Jackson Kohler have been role models for Ward and allowing him to come along pretty smoothly here at Michigan State. And Ward says he hopes next year and the years to follow, that is something he is able to do for the incoming freshmen here at Michigan State. Coming up after the break, we're going to do something we have never done before, and that is feature the Michigan State Rodeo Club. We'll have that story for you right after the break.